Right guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. You join me today currently sat in the Skoda. It is still playing up a little bit. It's going into the workshop on Monday. Done a bit of research and I believe it's a broken wire somewhere. It could be an ECU fault, but the codes are obviously cam position sensor, throttle position sensor, and it's all to do with voltage. And been doing a little bit of research and looking online, and yeah, everyone seems to be fixing it as a broken wire, so let's hope it's that. But anyway, that's for another video. So today's, or this evening's, it's currently 7:25, and I'm just about to leave to go up to Hemel Hempstead, so it's about 2 hours from me. But yeah, so actually, so a friend of mine, Robbie, I've been chatting with him about some wheels, looking at some new options, want to go to a 16. There's not a lot out there, and to be honest, the factory 16-inch wheels just look a bit crap. I'd love a set of Evo Course to match the Discovery, but I haven't got that kind of money, and they don't do them either. So that's not the point of this vehicle. It's supposed to be on a budget, and it's really going to benefit going down to a 16 because we've got so many more options for tyres. So it's not essential. For those watching that want to do this, you can stick to a 17-inch. There are some all-terrains available out there. There's not much in regards to mud terrains. I don't know what I'm going to put on it yet. I might put mud terrains on it, but I might stick with an all-terrain, not quite sure. But anyway, so I found this set, or Robbie found this set just after we were talking about some new wheels on eBay. So I've messaged him, he's replied, not much of a discount, tried a bit more, but he's having none of it. I think they look really cool, and I want to paint them. So I think once they're painted, they've got a similar, if you squint hard enough, look as the Evo Course. I did say you need to squint, but I think if we paint them in like a satin black or a matte black, whatever, and get them on there with some chunky tyres on, maybe I'll just put some fake stickers on. Definitely not. But anyway, so we're gonna go up to there now. Not really gonna record the journey because it's 2 hours and mainly the M25, so everyone knows what that looks like. But yeah, go up there, see what it's like. They have got some tyres on. I haven't even read the description of how good they are, but the seller seems very, very good, very genuine. I don't know if I'll get anything for the tyres, but my mate James owns a part worn place, so he might buy them and do me a deal on some new tyres, so we'll see. But anyway, let's get going. I need to get on the road and yeah, see what we can do. Right guys, so obviously I didn't want to film being at the guy's house, but I have a set of wheels. I've just come, I don't know, car park, a few hundred yards from his house. But yeah, so all I can say is 4 wheels and tyres. I've got plenty of room in the back of this. Now, let me get one out. Apparently these are very rare. Don't know how true that is. You're not going to like them, they're not glamorous, but they are a 16-inch wheel, and that's what I need for a chunkier tyre. So let me just turn the camera around and I'll show you. So these are the wheels in question. They are Seat wheels. I've got a feeling they come off like the sort of Mark II Leon, if I'm right in saying that. Not 100% sure, but they're a 16-inch. Tyres are actually really good on all of them, but they're all a bit scratched up. Don't care. So I paid £190 for these, as you can obviously see, but annoyingly the guy wanted cash and my bank charged me £5 something to withdraw that, so I will add that to my list of how much this project's costing me. Plus, I'm going to work out how much fuel I've used to get up here and back, because it's all part of it. Everyone forgets the fuel they use to travel stupid miles to go and get things. And that's important, you know, because it is money at the end of the day, and fuel's not cheap. So luckily it wasn't that far away. It's an hour and 35 minutes to get home, it's saying, so obviously there's no traffic, hopefully. But yeah, I like them. I think they're going to look really cool. My theory is, like I say, if you squint, they are kind of Evo course. But yeah, get some chunkier tyres on there, which I'm going to look at tomorrow. I'll have a look online, and then got a friend with a tyre place who might give me a bit of discount, but then in my head I shouldn't really use him because we've not all got friends who can get discounts. So yeah, I'm trying to do everything as real as possible and as true to how everyone else would do it. And then if I do it that way, and then for those of you that know people that can get you a discount on this or can get you a discount on that, whatever it might be, I mean, already people are going to save 200 quid here, or a bit more than that with fuel, by not changing the wheels, because you can run with a 17-inch wheel. There's just very limited tyres, and no doubt they're probably a bit more expensive for a 17-inch tyre over a 16, but do you know what I mean? It's what's going to be the best setup within this whole budget. So anyway, that is part number one. First thing purchased for this car is wheels. That is typical for me, because wheels are everything. But we're going to get back. I'm going to do a cheeky at-home refurb, whatever that's going to cost me, for some tins of paint. Yes, I'm going to do some tins of paint, or maybe I'll get them raptored. Mr. Harry, maybe I'll ring you. Just thought about that whilst doing it. Maybe I should do another take of this clip and say that I'll go and get them raptored and quickly speak to you. But no, I might get them raptored. We'll see. It'll be a lot more hard wearing, and he'll actually do a proper job, and it will probably sort of fill all the curb marks that I definitely won't sand down properly, because I just hate sanding and hate painting. So we'll see. But anyway, let's get home and get on to looking for some tyres. Right, so as I got home, I realised I'd need a fifth wheel. Obviously we need a spare and I want it to match, so I found these two for 80 quid, but they were miles away and they wouldn't post. So if you can see there, it's up in Leeds, so not going to do that. Wouldn't post. Cheap though. However, so I managed to find this one here for 60 quid. Looked alright. Read the thing from a company and they'll post it, so bang, 60 quid posted for a spare wheel, so I bought it there and then. And as you can see, I need a roof rack. But no, today is the day we fit the wheels and new tyres. So, let's get into it. So as you can see, no fucks given really. But anyway, it's got roof rails. They just went on top. So, we need to get them down and we'll talk you through my new set of wheels and tyres. You've already seen the wheels, but now the tyres are fitted. Don't they look sick already? I certainly will. Yeah, it's a bit muddy because I went up to Yellowtail camping the other day, and on the way home decided to go across Salisbury Plain. And no, I'm sorry, I didn't video it, but it looks cool. I certainly got a few looks from a few people that were up there, but it did really well regarding the fact it's completely stock. But these are a game changer. Also, in this video, it's going to be the first one with my bad hand. For those of you that didn't know what happened, I fractured my wrist. had a bit of a car accident. So working too many hours, not enough sleep, and about 2:30 in the morning I fell asleep at the wheel. So all the times those signs above the motorways say don't drive tired and stuff like that. Finally I kind of listened to them, but yeah, I drove tired and split second must have shut my eyes. Unfortunately coming through a village, not down the motorway. Well, I say unfortunately, at least I wasn't doing 70. But yeah, drove a bit tired, on 2 hours sleep in about 48 hours. Wasn't good. And yeah, hit a wall and a lamppost about 40-50 mile an hour. And it was scary, it was really scary. But you'll see more of that on my post on Instagram, but it's just so you know, I'm a bit cack-handed. So the wonderful Curtis is coming over. I'm gonna have to just give him a permanent place on this channel, I think. But he's coming over to give me a hand, because I'm a little bit disabled. So yeah, he's my hero today. But you'll just have to put up with me being a bit cack-handed, but it's probably going to be funny. Right, so now we've got them off, how good do these look? I'm super happy with them. I'm still going to refurbish them, and you probably think I'm mad for getting the tyres mounted before I do that. However, I think at the moment they're going to look really good in silver, and then once we bolt some bits on and wherever we end up going with this Yeti, I'll do it then. So but yeah, let me show you what tyres we've got. Right, so here we go. These are Insa turbos. So everyone knows Insa turbos are the cheap budget option for off-roaders, and they are, and that's the whole point of this project. Okay, so these are essentially a copy. If you look at the pattern on that, they're a copy of the BFG mud terrains. Obviously they're slightly different, but they're essentially a very similar copy. Now I was going to go all terrains, don't get me wrong, and these are unnecessary. However, they were very cheap. I can't remember the price of them now, something like £90 a tyre. And to be honest, I didn't actually buy them. I'm still going to put them in the price, but I did some work for someone in the motor trade and they owed me some money, and instead of them paying me, I just said, can you buy me a set of 5 tyres? So it worked out better for both of us, because this way they ended up paying me more than they would have done in cash, and they've saved themselves more money than paying me in cash. So it's done the better for both of us. However, I will get a retail price of them, somewhere like 4x4 tyres, and do it. So also, these tyres obviously came with, these wheels came with road tyres on. They were 205 55 16s or something. It's cost me £12 a wheel to mount the tyres, and obviously there's quite a lot of weight on them. If we look, all of that, look at how bad that is. And that's because these tyres are cheap and they're remolds. Mud terrains aren't always the easiest to balance anyway, but especially when you go cheap, but you know, they'll look great. So basically, obviously I want to add all of this into the budget. So it cost me 60 quid to get these tyres put on these wheels, and obviously the old ones taken off. And as luck would have it, Josh, who was in the first drive video, he's got a Golf and it had those tyres on, so he needed 2 tyres. So I let him have all 5 of the old ones, which were still decent, 4 or 5 mil, for 60 quid. So it's cost me nothing, but obviously every little helps. So it's cost me nothing to mount them onto the wheels, But yeah, I'll get round at some point to refurbing them. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet, whether I'm going to wrap to them or just rattle can them or whatever. We'll see, but I think they're going to look pretty good mounted in silver anyway. So next step is getting them on. Now Darkside recommended this size and said they will rub a little bit on full lock, but I don't know if that's after they lifted it or not. So obviously I haven't got a lift kit yet, and theirs had a 2-inch lift, so it may rub a little bit more, but I'm going to get them on anyway, and we'll see. So I've got some wheel spacers as well to go on. So I've got these here, which I got mega cheap. Now I did get them new, but they've been sat on my front doorstep, so they got wet. Now these were mega cheap. These were like £60 for a set. 5 by 112, 20 mil. They've come from Poland or something like that, but they're the proper bolt-on ones. So yeah, we use these bolts, which are obviously come with a kit, and you'll see they're just they're designed for these. If you haven't fitted spacers before, they're like a shallower bolt, so when you put them in there, obviously they stay flush. So yeah, we'll get them on. No brand to them at all, but you know, they don't look bad. So it's not like mega offset wheels, so they're not going to really be strained too much. But yeah, obviously we just get them poking out from the arch a little bit more. So right, let's get it jacked up and get these ones off. Right, so here's the problem. Got these. I mean that sounds right to me, but didn't really look. But anyway, that is way too big. I mean, you could probably get away with using them, but all the stress is going to be on the wheel nuts.
No, you can't get away with using them. That end's all right, but
no, that would be. I mean, I could use quite a sexually rude term here. Let's just say that's like a sausage in an alleyway. And also means I'd have to cut these down to go in there, because you thinking they were for studs, but they're not. But obviously they protrude, and the wheel would sit on the top of that. So I'd have to like halve the nuts, which isn't really an issue either, but that's not good. So I'm gonna have to try and send these back. Now I got them on eBay, and I think they came from like Poland, so we'll have to see what we can do. That looks massive, but I'm gonna have to just put the wheels on for now. Hopefully they don't rub.
I've got a bigger ET than the old ones as well. It's going to be close to that shock.
Yeah, well, this is the trouble, it may just hit it. Oh, that is close.
Yeah, but it's clear.
Yeah, oh yeah, my Amarok was closer than that.
Yeah, she's mint.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's going to look a bit skinny without spacers. Tell you what, you couldn't go more smaller than a 16-inch wheel either. Got the caliper gap.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got the first wheel on, and it doesn't look as cool as I thought without the wheel spacer. See, needs more poke. But I should have realised that. I've just googled it and I don't know. I think I've bought the wrong ones, but the centre bore's 57 on this, not 66 or something. But anyway, whatever. Nothing I can do. I'll take that one on the chin. So yeah, we've just put this one on and didn't rub at all, did it? Tiny little bit full lock in reverse, which is where they usually rub, on the inner arch, as in closest to the door. But otherwise nothing. But yeah, look, it looks really cool. I mean, it would look cooler if they were like spaced out. But anyway, I've just rung up Eurocar Parts to try and get some through them, because if they're wrong I can take it back. Whereas these, if you need some wheel spacers, 5x112, whatever they were, 66 centre. I think they're for a Mercedes, not VAG. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to send them back to Poland. Plus the boxes got wet, so whatever, just going to have to take it on the chin. But yeah, so I did think, well, let's not fit them, we'll wait till I get some new spacers, but fuck it. I'm going to have to take them off again anyway to paint them, so that's when I'll fit the spacers. So we're going to go around, fit them all, see what they look like, and then more importantly, see how they perform. I think they're going to be noisy, don't you?
They look like it.
They're going to, I mean, Inces are known to be noisy, and I think my MPG is going to go down quite a bit.
Probably shouldn't drive in the rain.
Probably not, if I'm honest.
Just avoid tarmac, just off-road only.
Yeah, maybe they are, but I don't know. But anyway, the whole point of this is budget. So we've got a cheap car, we're doing some cheap tyres because they're ever so popular anyway, and we'll just see how bad they really are, or for the money they might be decent. I mean, they can't be that bad if they're a copy of the BFGs. Like, I know tyre technology is quite sophisticated.
Nah, it's all black magic. Rubber's rubber, isn't it?
Well, that's what you think, but
Just looks how.
I mean, there's 100 different types of condoms, so there's got to be some difference. But anyway, so I don't know. They look the same. Let's see how far apart they are. I reckon it's more sidewall strength.
Yeah.
And obviously they're remolds, so maybe there might be delamination going on at some point, but we'll see. But yeah, I know I always found with cheap tyres it's sidewall strength, so the test will be when we first go off-road properly with these, because when I put those 20-inch wheels on the Amarok and I had accelerators, I went through 3 sidewalls, yeah, in a space of 2 months. So that just says cheap tyres all along. So usually I won't do it. That's why, I mean, BFGs are so much money, but Discover or Cooper Discoverers, Falcon Wild Peaks, well, yeah, there's loads of Maxis, Bighorns, stuff like that. They're like mid-range, but yeah, a lot of it I think sidewalls. So we'll see. But these are everywhere. These are the pay and play of choice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The whatever they are, the.
You don't buy them to get 50,000 miles out of them. You buy them because they look cool and they're going to grip the mud.
Well, you buy them because you can have 3 sets in the 50,000 miles, which is still cheaper than the 1 set of the BFG. So, but anyway, let's see how we get on. Right, so there we have it. I think it looks cool as fuck. Let me turn the camera around because you don't even want to see me anyway. Look at it, it's like a mini Discovery already. So, fitting wise, wasn't too bad. We had to cut a little bit off each side here. So these are like the insides of there, you can see. So that's not an issue. Again, wheel spacers, look, they need to come out so much. Maybe I should have ordered more than 20mm. Actually, yeah, I think I might.
You've got the chimney wheel space. You stay out the Land Rover ruts. Being narrow track's not a bad thing.
I know, but looking cool's
More
better.
important.
Yeah, exactly. So
Chimney wheel spaces.
I think what we need to do, Curtis, very, very quickly. Ow! Stinging nettle. that got me. I think we needed to go and get the tyres and a little bit dirty, and then come back and reevaluate. What do you reckon?
I need to go home.
No, you don't. I think we just go and quickly take it for a spin round the local farm, because I'm allowed to do that, and then I'll be back.
It'd be rude not to.
There we go. I know. Is that just gonna rattle? Yeah, probably. Like fucking last time. Right, so I did a bit of an off-road test, but you couldn't see it because it's private land, and it doesn't like filming on there, so did alright though, didn't it? I mean, nothing too technical, but there was one like bomb hole thing that you've got to have real short wheelbase to get up and out it, and it did it first time, so that was quite impressive. But now we just want to do a road test. See how noisy they are. Because my BFGs are quite noisy, to be fair.
Yeah, they're always going to be noisier.
Yeah, with big bulky tyres.
We know it's got off-road gains.
Well, you can hear them now at 30 miles an hour. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. I think we should do it with the windows down.
It's just a nice gentle whirring to let you know
It's like a wheel bearing's gone. That's what it feels like.
Are you sure one hasn't?
Well, actually, no, I'm not, to be fair. So, that's just a car like a learner in front of us. Let's go, right. Oh, it's so fast.
It's quicker than mine.
Right, so that's 50. So, average speed, pretty much. And it's very floaty. That's numb. That's really numb. It's like the back it's like the wheels are all loose. That's what it feels like.
Truck driver on jelly.
I mean, the noise isn't horrific, if I'm honest. But totally ruined the way it drives. That's going to be even worse on spaces, isn't it?
No, that shouldn't make too much difference.
Well, space is a big spacer, so if we go up to like maybe a 30 mil, they normally make the steering a bit more vague, don't they?
Don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But, especially a big one. But, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I mean, I don't know if it's this tyre or it's... I've never put off-road tyres on a car. So, like, my discovery going from car tyres to a BFG KM3, it wasn't that bad, it was just noise, but drivability wise it was fine. I don't think I've had inters on a car before. I probably have back in the day with plaything, but I've literally just ruined it. I mean, for on the road, I can't get over how bad that is. Anyway, road test done. It works, but I've ruined it. That's all I can say. Right, so there we have it. The tyres have got a bit of mud on them. They kind of fit in now. But anyway, so we've just got out. Curtis has noticed a little bit of rubbage, as you can see down there. So obviously when it articulates a little bit.
Very minor. Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, you can't hear it. To be fair, I did bottom out on that hole a bit. There's none on the back at all, is there? See if this side's done the same. Yeah, so there we go.
It's doing a big black wee.
Big black wheel. Fantastic. The only thing I have noticed that we're going to have to sort out, look, is this, look at this, how full the radiator is of leaves and stuff. So, the trouble is you can't really block it up, can you?
No.
What do we do about that? Not go through very tall grass around the edge of a farmer's field.
There's no long grass in the desert.
This is true. Yeah, that, I mean, that is the goal, I suppose. But yeah. So anyway, there we have it. So these are 215 6516s Insta Turbo. What are they called? Riscos. Oh, that's exotic. So, but there we are. They're essentially a copy of the KM3 BFG, but a hell of a lot cheaper. Verdict, rating out of 10. So far, off-road test. Well, I've got to give them a 10 out of 10 because they were quite good off-road. On the road, noise levels, I've had worse. Definitely, I think the fact that they're quite skinny probably helps. But obviously with full mud terrains, you're going to get noise regardless. So I'd score them quite high, maybe an 8. But road handling in the dry, it's very floaty. Like I say, from going of a 50 profile on a car tyre in a car to a 65 big fat knobbly mud tyre, it's certainly going to take some getting used to. So I don't think if you're going to build one of these, you should go for a mud terrain because the car's limited regardless, and I think an all-terrain, just a decent all-terrain with a nice tough sidewall is the way to go. But this is why I'm doing it, to show you. I mean, these are just cheap. You can get one that looks like a KM3, no, KO3. What are these a copy of? What have I got? KO3? No, I've got KM3, that's right. KM3 is the mud one. So the KO3 of the BFGs, they do a copy of them as well, which are even cheaper. They're like 75 quid each. Yeah, it was mad. So they, I would say, would be better. But there we go. I don't need muds. But the idea is that I've got in my head is I want to make that into a mini this.
Yeah.
That's what I've got in my head. Hence, like the wheels similar, obviously not. Tyres similar, obviously not. That's just a budget version of the Discovery. So let's see how we get on. But anyway, hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks again to Curtis because obviously my wrist, you've had to start with that. But he saves the day as always. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye,